Welcome back to Camping with the Girls. For this Easter long weekend, we are at Pinery Provincial Park for 3 nights. Come with us to explore this awesome park. Pinery Provincial Park is on Lake Huron and has 1,010 sites. Dunes Campground has sites 1 to 299 and consists of 4 areas, some of which have electricity and some don't. Area 4 is dog-free. Riverside Campground has sites 384 to 859 and has some soft-sided shelters and rustic cabins. This campground also consists of 4 areas and they all have electricity. Area 3 is radio-free. Riverside Campground is the only campground open in early spring. Burley Campground has sites 1,002 to 1,203 and consists of 3 areas, all of which are non-electric. There are 3 group campgrounds, consisting of sites 1,500 to 1,509. This park offers 1 amphitheater, 5 walk-in sites, 1 dock, 1 food concession, 1 park store, picnic shelters, 2 trailer dump and fill stations, bike and water rentals, 1 warm-up shelter, and 1 visitor center that is open every day in the summer and weekends year-round. There are cross-country ski trails and snowshoeing trails. There is also 1 tobogganing hill. There are 10 hiking trails. The Bittersweet Trail is 1.5 kilometers with flat terrain and stairs. The Carolina Trail is 1.8 kilometers with hilly terrain and stairs. Cedar Trail is 2.3 kilometers with flat terrain, and all but the extension is wheelchair accessible. Heritage Trail is 2.5 kilometers with flat terrain and is wheelchair accessible. Hickory Trail is 1 kilometer with flat terrain and stairs. Lookout Trail is 1 kilometer with hilly terrain and stairs. Nipissing Trail is 2 kilometers with hilly terrain and stairs. Pine Trail is 0.8 kilometers with flat terrain and stairs. Riverside Trail is 1 kilometer with flat terrain and is wheelchair accessible. Wilderness Trail is 3 kilometers with flat terrain and has stairs to the beach. There is 1 biking trail and it is 14 kilometers and named the Savannah Trail. We are site 437 in Riverside Campground Area 1. All the campsites in this area are pretty wide open, but we have an okay one. There's like an area for the truck right there, and then just, pretty wide open. There's a road there and then a road on that side as well, but it's okay. So, this camping trip was a bit of a surprise. We got here yesterday, which was April 2nd, and we literally booked the site a week before we got here. We were not going to come because Easter falls really early this year, so we just weren't going to go camping, but we found a site here at Pinery. It was super hard to get in, but we did find one, and we are here now. And today is the next day, so it is Good Friday, April 3rd. It is really warm today for being April 3rd. It's around like 15 degrees, so it's really nice, and we're gonna go hit up some trails. We are doing the Riverside Trail. It is 1 kilometer loop, and it's wheelchair accessible. It's crazy how warm it is today. Like, we've never camped this early, and this is our first weekend out this year, so it's really nice to come and have a warm weekend. Sunshine. Sunshine, sunshine.
I think I found it now. What I've been looking for. Isn't it beautiful? It's got my head all up in the clouds. I think I found it now. Yeah. Everything I want might be a miracle. I know I'm never coming down. Sunshine, I got sunshine, I got sunshine. I gotta let you know, it's
We don't know what happened to the audio, but I was saying there's lots of turtles.
We are doing the Bittersweet Trail, which is 1.2 kilometers long and is a loop. It is easy terrain, but it does have a set of stairs.
Letting go. Up, up and away, yeah, we go. I found my flow right on time, and now I know what it feels like to shine like gold. Up, up and away, yeah, we go. I don't gotta worry about a single thing. I can feel the light coming down on me. Sunshine on my face. I got sunshine on my face. I don't got a care in the world right now. Higher than the ceiling, breaking through the clouds. Sunshine on my face. I got sunshine on my face. Yeah. I got sunshine. I got sunshine. I got sunshine. I gotta let you know. I got sunshine.
Though this is a loop, we are having to turn around and backtrack because there's a point where you are walking right beside the river and it is very flooded, the whole trail. So we're not going to take that way, we're just going to walk back and yeah.
Sunshine. I got sunshine.
Hickory Trail is 0.9 kilometers. It is a loop. It is flat terrain, but it does have a set of stairs. And we're gonna go do it.
Sunshine. 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 I think I found it now. What I've been looking for. Isn't it beautiful? It's got my head all up in the clouds. I think I found it now. Yeah. Everything I want might be a miracle. I know I'm never coming down. I don't gotta worry about a single thing. I can feel the light.
Now we're actually at Pinery twice this year, now and in August. Now we wouldn't normally go to a park twice in a year. However, we had the August camping trip booked a few months ago because that's when you have to book. But this time we seen that the weather was nice for this weekend. And so it was just kind of a last minute decision to decide to go camping this Easter. And Pinery was the only one that had a site available for us and that would like fit our trailer. So we just decided to come to Pinery, even though we are going again in August. And because Pinery is so known for its beach, it's a stunning beach on Lake Huron, we are actually not going to do a beach review this weekend, but we're going to save that beach review for when we go in August because the beach will be so much nicer then. See the sunshine and the warm weather, all of that. So yeah, we'll do the beach review in August, but the rest of the reviews we are going to do this weekend. And then that way we have like no reviews to do in August when we come back, and it will just kind of be like a fun beach trip weekend that we'll show you guys. And yeah. We are headed on the Savannah Trail. It is 14 kilometers and you can hike it, you can take dogs, all of that, but it's like the main bike trail here. I'm not sure if there is actually any other bike trails, but it's very long, so I think we're just going to do part of it, but we're going to kind of use it to get to all the other campgrounds so I can tour them, because at Pinery here the campgrounds are very far apart.
Down on me, sunshine on my face. I got sunshine on my face. I don't got a care in the world right now. Higher than the ceiling, breaking through the clouds. Sunshine on my face. I got sunshine on my face. Yeah. I got
So we just turned off of the Savannah Trail because the rest of it, or like most of it that's left, is just like road riding. So that's just, I mean, we're doing that now to get over to Dunes Campground. So we went the other way and are headed to the campground instead of doing the rest of the Savannah Trail. This is one of 9 group sites. They go from 1,500 to 1,509. So it looks like they have a vault toilet over there. And then a pretty big area of picnic tables, a big fire pit in the middle. Then it looks like you may put your tent somewhere up there. I'm not really sure. There's kind of roads all back there. And there's another vault toilet over there, so I think they kind of have a couple group sites combined. But it looks like a really nice group site area.
Let's check out Dunes Campground.
So for each campground that we tour, each of them has like 3 or 4 areas within them. And there's just so many sites. Like one area of one campground has over 100 sites. So it's just a lot to tour and we don't have the time or the energy. But we are going to show you like just some sites from like area 1 of each campground. That way you can just kind of get a feel for what each campground looks like, because each area in each all the areas for like one campground are kind of the same. So yeah, we're just going to show you just sites from area 1 and then we'll move on to the next campground.
Let's check out Riverside Campground.
Both Dunes and Burley Campground are both closed this time of year. Here is the amphitheater. This park has a few charging stations for your cars. That was the first swim of the season. My crazy sister polar bear plunge in Lake Huron, April 3rd. We were just out at the fire and the dogs started going nuts, and we looked behind the trailer and there was a raccoon. And then when we got there, he or she was clung to the tree, and we got a couple pictures, so he was very cute. So it's Saturday morning around 11:30 a.m. and it has been raining all morning. It also rained last night, but the rain has stopped and hopefully will hold off for a bit, and we're gonna go get some more bike riding and hiking done.
There are no playgrounds in this park, so I'd rate that a 0 out of 10.
So this park is very family friendly. It has food concessions, an ice cream stand, lots to do here, a ginormous beach, so it's really great. But the one thing that they are missing is a playground. I definitely think that they should get one. So also I wanted to mention the ticks. We knew that they were really bad, and they definitely are. It's the beginning of April and they are like out in like full force. We have had to clean the dogs off so much because they just bring all the ticks in. We found like close to like 20, like probably around 20 in the trailer, especially where our dog Delilah lays. There were so many. We were like, there's a tick, there's a tick, there's a tick. Like there were so many, and then we did find a couple on us too. So be really careful if you're coming here, and make sure that your dogs are on tick medication. That will really help. So I highly suggest staying out of any long grass or forests or anything. Like last night we shook out all of our bedding just because we did find one in the bed, and we want to be safe. And yeah, really clean off your dogs because they're in the dirt, they're in the bushes, they're gonna get a ton of ticks on them. We are going on the Nipissing Trail. It is 1.9 kilometers in a loop. It is hilly terrain with a set of stairs. Yesterday was such a nice day, and today is very, well, not like very cold, but cold and wet. I will say here, the internet is very spotty, although Rogers does work better than Bell, but they're both pretty bad. Last time we were here in 2021, me, my mom, and Gracie, our dog, did this trail, and we all have a picture right there. So I knew that we did a trail here, like on a platform like this, and we were trying to figure out what one. And then we were looking back at photos, and you can see this tree in the background and stuff, so we could tell it was this one. The last time we were here, this platform was very busy. We are now headed on the Pine Trail. It is 0.8 kilometers, flat terrain and stairs. We are doing the Cedar Trail. It is 4 kilometers. However, we're just going to do the 2.3 kilometer section that is wheelchair accessible. We wouldn't be able to do the other bit of it anyway because it is closed currently for maintenance. I just want to say that when the extension part does open up, it is not wheelchair accessible, only the 2.3 kilometers is.
We got ice cream.
Creates a small leaf nest meant to protect it from the cold.
There are 21 comfort stations throughout the park. Most of them have showers and laundry. These comfort stations are overall pretty clean and pretty new looking, so I would have to give these an 8 out of 10. Now, we did have a shower in them last night, and I will say the water pressure is very hard. It was like blades, so.
There are 22-volt toilets throughout the park. They are a bit old and smelly, but they all flush toilets, so I'll rate them a 7 out of 10.
down here where you rent all the water things like canoes, coracles, kayaks, all of that. And over on that end, they have something for you to get like up onto the dock easily, like in your kayak or canoe. But then right here, they have a wheelchair accessible one, which I think is really cool. Or like anyone, like anything for accessible transfer. It's called the accessible transfer system. So I think that's really cool. Anyway, yeah, we've been out on this little walk in the pouring rain down to all the water rentals. But we're gonna get back and have our Easter dinner on the day before Easter because tomorrow we're headed home. So it just makes sense to have it today. And then we'll probably be in the trailer for the night playing some board games. Our Easter eggs are all done and decorated. Alright, so it's around 10:20 a.m. on Sunday morning, and we did our Easter egg hunt. We celebrated Easter, and then now we were just kind of like finishing packing up, like we're hooking up the trailer and stuff. We would have stayed till tomorrow on Monday, but only one of my parents have it off, so we couldn't do that. But yeah, we're gonna head home today. So yeah, we'll see you for our park review. We were just at the trailer dump station, and right beside is where like all the winter activities are. So we came over here to check it out. So over there is the tobogganing hill. This looks like an ice rink. And then over there is a warm-up chalet. So this is really cool. Yeah, this tobogganing hill looks really good. They've made embankments and stuff along it, and you can go really far out there. It's also pretty steep. Also, I want to say that I think it's really good. Even this time of year, they have lots of children's programs going on all over the park. Like, they had like a couple a day. So that's really cool. We are here with the Pinery Provincial Park review. So we went there from April 2nd to April 5th, and we really enjoyed it. We went there for Easter long weekend. However, we did come back on the Sunday instead of the Monday because most people don't have off the Monday. Anyway, the first off, we're going to talk about the trails. They were super easy. There's even a few that are wheelchair accessible. There was only one that we did, and we did 6 out of the 10. And only one that we did had some steep inclines, but it was still kind of on the easier side. It wasn't that hard, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, a couple of them had pretty views. And yeah, they were just really cool to see. Yeah, I don't know. They were nice.
Mm-hmm. And they had a lot of kids' activities going around.
Yeah. So even this early in the year, they had lots of like discovery programs every day, which was super cool. And it wasn't just for the Easter weekend, because they also, we seen it posted that they also have some next weekend. Mm-hmm. So I think that's awesome that they have that. And their visitor center is really good. And it's open weekends all year, and then every day like in the summer months. Mm-hmm. But most parks don't have it open in the off season. So I think that's really nice that Pinery leaves theirs open.
Yeah, and there's no playground.
Yeah, no playground for the kids, but other than that, it's a really good family park. Like, there's lots to do there.
The beach is really good.
Yeah, the beach is amazing. It's 10 kilometers, Two Dog Beach, Deus Beach, and then Dunes Beach and Burley Beach, I believe.
Yeah.
And they have comfort stations all along the beach, which is great. And then lots of comfort stations in the campgrounds. The campgrounds are like really spread apart and pretty big, but that's okay. There's lots of sites to pick from. The campground that we stayed in, Riverside, there are lots of sites in the middle that are more open, but also this time of year there's no tree coverage, so we don't really know. But we will be back in the summer and we'll be able to tell then. Also, when we come back in the summer, we'll do our beach review and kind of show you more like water related summer activities. Also, along the trails, a lot of them go along I think it's the Osable River?
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think so. And there are lots of turtles, and you could hear the frogs chirping? Ribbit?
Ribbiting.
I don't know. Yeah, ribbiting. Anyway, you could hear the frogs, and yeah, there were lots of turtles that we spotted. So yeah, the river is really pretty, and down at the river they have lots of water rentals, corcos, canoes, paddle boards, kayaks. And they have a wheelchair accessible thing for people to get into their kayaks and canoes with that will kind of launch them out. And then they also just have a regular one.
And then they have like they have the dock, and then they have these little thingies like platforms all around the docks, kind of in the water, so you can like step on them.
Yeah, and they like kind of stairs up onto the dock. They have an ice cream stand, which is not open currently, but we'll check out later in the year when we come back. They have a food concession. They have a pretty good park store. It's really big, so that's good. Yeah, one thing we wanted to mention, I know we mentioned it earlier in our video, but we'll say it again. The ticks are really bad. Obviously, it's not the park's fault, but yeah, there are a lot of ticks. If you have dogs, make sure that they're on the tick medication and that you're really brushing them off before bringing them into the trailer, because yes, we did find some on us, but most of them were coming off the dogs just because they don't know better. They're always in the forest and stuff.
Yeah, rolling.
We got a lot of them on the hikes, even though like we weren't crawling off in the bush or anything, but we still got lots. So yeah, just always check. Like, we were looking at our couch every night and we found like 10. So, and then they were just crawling all over the dogs and stuff. So be really careful. But yeah, so it's a really fun park. We really enjoyed it there. Also great bike riding.
Yeah.
The Savannah Trail, it's like, it has like tiny hills, but it's like all gravel pretty much, and like pretty flat and just really nice riding. And then even the park roads, like the main roads, are really nice to ride, even the roads in the campground. Yeah. Oh, and the group sites, they are really nice actually. They are like kind of treed in, like around. You can see them a bit from the road, but they're one of the better group sites. They're not so wide open, I guess. But yeah, so we really enjoyed our time there, and now we're going to share with you what we would rate this park. So,
You would rate it?
yeah, we were thinking we would rate it an 8
out
out of 10. Alright, so we will see you guys next time at Hog Lake Campground in Algonquin Provincial Park. And that will be for Mother's Day weekend. So we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.